Today our topic is solving quadratic inequalities, right? This is our topic. So first of all, when you solve a quadratic inequality, you should find the critical values by solving the inequality through as thought it were an equation. Find the correct region by using a sketch of the curve or by testing point. So first of all, when you have to solve the inequality, we have to find the critical values. Critical values are those values at those points the graph has some turning points. Okay, the next one, the main thing is that we have to find the correct region for sketching this curve. So here is the example that is given. Solve x square plus x minus 2 is less than 0. This is your part A. And x square plus 6x minus 8 is greater than 0. This is your part B. Illustrate your solution on a number line. So first of all, we have to solve this. So the method is that we have to neglect our inequality. Uh, Instead of seeing which inequality is used, they are less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, or all these inequalities are converted into a equality sign. So we can write it as x square plus x minus 2 is equals to 0 to find critical values. So here you can see that by using factorization you can get your answers of x, that is minus 2 and minus 1, right? So here if you draw, because this is a quadratic equation and its coefficient of x square is positive, it means that its graph will be some like that way, right? And this minus 2 and 1 means that this graph cuts the x-axis at 1 and minus 2, right? So these are the critical values of this question, right? So you can see that these are the critical values. Now this curve is below the x-axis when x is between minus 2 and 1. You can see that if your value is between minus 2 and 1, your curve is below the x-axis. And if your value is greater than less than minus 2 and greater than 1, it means that your answer will be above the x-axis. Note that your values x is equals to 2 and x is equals to minus 1 are excluded because they are not included at that point. These are the critical points, so critical points are not included. So the solution is minus 2 to 1, because he is asking that x square plus x minus 2 is less than 0. Less than 0 means that it is smaller, it is below the x-axis. So when it is below the x-axis, when it is from minus 2 to 1, and minus 2 and 1 is not included. Why not included? When you put 1 into this equation, you get 1 plus 1 minus 2, so it will becomes 2 minus 2. So 2 minus 2 is simple 2, so sorry 0. So 0 is not less than 0 because 0 is equals to 0. Again when you put minus 2, you get your answer, that is 4 minus 2 minus 2, that is also 0. So 0 is less than 0, this is also not true. 0 is equals to 0. So that's why these critical points are not included, and the region included is that into these critical points. If here the inequality sign used in this question is greater than, then you can say that this is the region, that is x is uh, less than, or you can see that x is less than minus 2 and x is greater than 1. So if you have the other inequality, then your solution will be this one. Understand or not?
Yes.
Okay. Again in part B, you can see that first of all we have to just neglect our inequality to find the critical solution, critical values, you can see that your critical values are minus 4 and 2. So it means that its coefficient of x square is also positive. So its graph should be of that, like that shape. So it means that it cuts the x-axis at minus 4 and plus 2, right? Now you can see that what is the inequality used. The inequality used in part B is greater than. It means that greater than means that above the x-axis, where the values are greater than these values minus 4 and 2, that is above the 2 and below the minus 4. So it means that the on the number line its graph will be this one and this one, above the 2 and below the minus 4. So your answer will be x is less than equals to minus 4 and x is greater than equals to 2. Why? Because here we have the sign that is greater than or equals to. So that's why we use your the values in the answer less than equals to and greater than equals to. Understand? Because we have the inequality used in the question, that is less than or equals to or greater than or equals to. So that's why we use. Here in the next we have the exercise that is 22.6. Also we have the equations, sorry, inequalities. First of all, we convert all these inequalities into the equality sign and get the critical values. After finding the critical values, we have to found that according to the given inequality, we found that what region is included for your answer. So you get your region. After getting your region, we just write your answer into this way. Any problem in this question?
No.
Okay, so this is your exercise 22.6. After that we have a review exercise, and in this review exercise we have all these questions which we have studied in this chapter. So first of all you have to do this example. Secondly, you have to do one or two questions from the exercise, and at the end we have to do two questions from the review exercise. Okay, do this question, do these example part A and part B quickly.
Okay.